You probably already know it that fringe is supposed to be a huge trend for 2026. We've been seeing fringe everywhere from dresses to tops to jackets and even handbags. And I'll be honest, I am not a huge fringe person, and when I saw this is going to be a huge trend, I was not very excited. But the reality is, most of these things that we call trends, they have always existed. I mean, fringe has always been there. It's not like you couldn't go to the store and buy something that had fringe even before this was a huge trend. And I didn't think I actually owned any fringe items because, as I said, I have never been a fringe person. But I was actually surprised to find out that I actually own a few fringe items. And when I say surprised, I don't mean that, oh, it was in the back of my closet and I never wore it and I didn't even realize I had this item. I had actually been wearing these items. It was just that I didn't buy them because they had fringe. I just bought them because I liked the way it looked on me, or I just liked the texture, I liked something about it, and I never thought of it as, oh, this is an item that has fringe. In this video, I'll be sharing how I style the fringe pieces that I have, and also a couple of brand new finds that I found. Hope you'll like them. And if you stick with me, I also have in here a really cool new trick such that you'll be able to incorporate this trend into your outfits without buying a single new piece. This is a really cool trick. It's a lot of fun, so just stick with me. This first piece is a coat that I bought actually many years ago. It is a blend of alpaca, wool, and some other fibers. It's by the brand called Andean. I haven't found a lot of pieces from this brand since then, it so happens. Anyway, it has this sort of really nice texture to it. And of course, it has the fringe all around it, as you can see here. I bought this coat many years ago after I had a baby and it was winter and none of my existing coats would fit. So I go to the store and tell the sales lady, I need a coat to wear. I need something to keep me warm and nothing that I own fits. And she instantly suggested this beautiful coat and said, this is a wrap coat, except it's not your standard wrap coat. It has sort of a slightly different shape to it. And she said you'll be able to wear this coat long after you lose your baby weight as well. And I bought this. And to wear this, you actually have to just put it on and just wrap it and tie it without fussing with it too much, not like your traditional wrap coat. Of course, me being me, I can't help but fuss with it a little bit, but in the end, it actually creates a good look. And this is a coat I've worn for many years and I continue to wear it. And I realized I actually hadn't worn it in the last year or so. And since fringe is a big trend, I figured this is something I'm going to pull out and wear a lot more. This next piece is a skirt by COS. It's a wool skirt that has fringe at the bottom. And then of course this has kind of this little wrap thing on the side as well. And I've had this skirt for a couple of years and I wore it a reasonable amount the last couple of winters. So skirts with a little bit of fringe at the bottom, that's a great option if you want to try this trend out. And I've worn this piece with boots, without boots, with leggings or stockings, with fleece-lined leggings, and so on. I mean, you can create many different looks with it. And this is an easy piece to wear. Honestly, if it was a straight skirt with just a skirt with some fringe at the bottom, I probably would not have gone for it. I mainly got this skirt because I like the wrap-around style. It just created more interest. It looked elegant. And I think that's what makes the fringe also likable. Next, I want to show you this new find from the Nordstrom brand. This dress has a lot of texture. I believe this is a linen and cotton blend. This has a reasonable weight to it, but it's not too thick or anything. One more thing I really liked about this dress is that normally whenever I get sleeveless dresses, since I have a really short torso, I have to get this sort of straps altered. I usually have to make them shorter or my bra strap is showing through the sleeves. But in this case, I didn't have to do anything. I mean, it fit straight off the rack, and that really surprised me. It's probably because it has some stretch in it, and because of that, it's able to mold to your body shape. So what I'm saying is, even if you have a regular or a normal torso, you should be able to fit into this just fine. I like the fact that the fringe is a little more subtle, it's at the bottom, and it doesn't overpower you. I also want to mention that none of the items in this video are sponsored. These are all things that I found or I bought and I like them. And I'll leave links to these below, but I don't get paid if you click on any of these links or if you buy any of these items. These are just items that I found and thought you might like. You can wear this dress by itself or style it with a jacket. Here I'm showing you this dress style with a cutaway jacket. If you're short or if you have a short torso, you really want to pay attention to the cutaway style jackets where you have a button and then it sort of moves away from it so you can still see the fabric underneath here. And especially if you buy a cutaway jacket with a deep V-neck, what happens is even though you have the jacket on and even if you button it, you can sort of see the full line of the dress through it, and that elongates you and doesn't cut you off. What that means is you'll be able to wear this jacket with the dress and still look like you have all your proportions right. At this point, if you've been enjoying the content, I want to request you to hit the like button. It would help me out a lot and then help me make more videos. Thank you. Next, to show you a different look, I styled the same dress with this jacket from Legence. And I think I showed this jacket in one of my earlier videos. It just gives it a more edgy look. It's a slightly different look, but that looks really nice as well. Also, if you're short, crop jackets work very well with your body shape. If you want to go for a more casual look, you can definitely style them with sneakers, and that'll give a different look. In this case, I've styled it with a slightly longer blazer, and since the length is long, it would look best if you kept it open. If you buttoned it, especially since this is not a cutaway blazer, it would cut you off in all the wrong places and it would make your proportions look all wrong. But if you leave it open, it gives you a nice casual look or a more casual look. If you want to make it even more casual, you can style it with any regular denim jacket I'm sure you have in your closet, pair it with sneakers, and that would make for a really nice casual outfit. Finally, I wanted to show how the dress would look like pairing it with the bango jacket that I showed in my last video. After all, if you're thinking of buying a jacket or any piece of clothing, you want it to work with many different outfits. You want it to be able to create many different outfits using that piece. And I was happy to see this jacket actually works with that dress really well. This next dress, I ran into it completely by accident. This is from Anthropologie, and I was actually searching the website for some balloon pants. And by the way, I will be making a video on it in the future. But anyway, as I was searching, this came in as one of the recommendations, and this looked really nice. So this is a short dress and has this sort of fringe at the bottom, and it almost looks like it's made up of tiny feathers. It's not feathers, it just looks like it. And I thought the combination of the colors, everything about it looked really nice, elegant, and I said I have to try this. I really like the style of this dress, but if I have to be honest, I am not very crazy about the fabric itself. It is, of course, made of polyester. Again, I try not to buy polyester. I try to buy more natural fabrics, but a lot of times it's hard to find. And I do own items that are made of polyester. But for some reason, this particular fabric, it just felt a little too smooth. It has a little bit of sheen to it. It's not very shiny, but somehow I just didn't like the feel of the fabric, and it could just be me. So I just wanted to share this with you because the style is really nice. It has so much potential, and maybe you will like it. At this point, if you've been enjoying the content, please do take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It would help me and the channel a lot, and I would be a lot more encouraged to make even more videos that you like. Finally, let's get to the trick I was talking about in the beginning. Even if you think you don't have a single item of clothing with fringe, guess what? I'm pretty sure you're going to have a scarf with some fringe at the bottom. I'm sure if you look in your closet, there'll be at least one scarf that has fringe in the bottom. I mean, that is essentially a piece of clothing that has fringe. But no, that is not it. I'm not going to just tell you wrap the scarf around your neck and you're done. You can do something a lot better. You can actually wrap the scarf around you. You can actually arrange it such that it has pleats, it lays neatly, and then belt it. This almost gives the appearance of a draped coat with fringe on it. And by the way, belting scarves is a huge trend right now. Now you could just drape the scarf around and then belt it, or if you want to do something a little more different, you can even add pleats such that they fall neatly, and then you can even arrange the pleats the way you want it, and then drape it around and then belt that. You can also add pins or brooches if that is something that you like to do. I think this is a cool way to drape a scarf over you, make it look almost like a cape coat or a draped cape coat, and then you look really stylish. And by the way, they do sell such coats, and I'm putting up one such coat out here. It's by Maximara, and it retails for $4,000 or so. Even if you find it on sale, you'll probably get it for $2,000 or somewhere just under that. Now you can create the same look for a lot less, or not even spending a single dime, assuming you have a scarf at home and then you belt that. Of course, okay, it's not exactly the same look, but it is still a very stylish look, and it has fringe, and there are a lot of similarities. So go for it, experiment with it, see how you can drape it, see if you can maybe create some different drapings or some other asymmetrical drapings, and have fun with it. I'm sure you'll be able to create a lot many more looks, and you can try out different color combinations, what suits you, and go with it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you're looking for more trend videos, how to style them, or even how to recreate the trends, please do look at the videos that are up here, and I'll see you in the next video.